There are crises in most countries of the world. The COVID-19 pandemic appears to be major, being of global magnitude. Some developing economies, such as the majority of African countries, with already obvious economic hardship, are having to add this global burden to the already existing ones. The consequences are severe, both on the already impoverished economies and the populace. Nigeria's situation is heightened by insecurity, which is tremendously affecting her development. It is equally worrisome to the continent and the world at large, as the fallouts are impacting the continent's overall standing, considering the country's size, her landmarks, and population. My name is Mary Deborah Nnenna-Nwoke. I'm the publisher of Food Security Magazine and the founder chief executive of Vulnerable Empowerment Initiative Network. I do a weekly video on well-being in crisis where I give tips to individuals, households, communities, and also governments on how to attain, uphold, and sustain well-being, even advance them in periods of crisis. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss one. As issues seem to be getting tougher, this week I will be addressing the government, the major player, administrator, and regulator of the economy, on the need to get into action immediately to combat further hardship on the people. Besides taking advantage of my two works already mentioned above, that's the Food Security Magazine and VNet, I will be drawing from part of the draft findings of yet another of my team's ongoing research work on the 60 years of development efforts in Nigeria. How have we fared? What have we done over the years? What did we fail to do? What didn't we do well? And what can still be done? That is, what we must do next, particularly considering the present state of the nation. But first of all, a review of our present situation and needs. Global crises have impacted the world population severely and differently down the line, some outright deaths and ill health. Others from downsizing, out of job, unemployment, stay home, etc. all have attacked our standing in terms of well-being, depending again on how strong the economy was before this time. In most developing economies, its major impact has been on the family budget, particularly food. I am not saying food is the only aspect of well-being, but it certainly is the most essential, by my own assessment, and I believe those of many other people. This impact that are further worsening the situation in Africa is increasing poverty, hunger, and malnutrition. I wish to look at the present situation and see what can be done in the immediate. In most developing economies, particularly in Africa, there is hardship. Nigeria's condition is worsened by the security situation, which seems to be paralyzing the economy. Basic necessities such as food cannot be guaranteed for the masses. Most farmers cannot plant and harvest as usual due to fear of being disturbed in the farms. This has resulted in scarcity of food products and increased food prices. When the food sector is under siege, development is under massive attack because it is the basis of economic development and growth. Among farmers and most low-income households, hunger has increased. Generally, the percentage of the people who are hungry has increased and continues to increase by the day nationwide. Most households cannot feed 3 times a day, and of the basic foods required for normal growth and development. This, besides resulting in unparalleled poverty, boosting unprecedented hunger, has increased vulnerability and escalated number and severity of the malnourished, which is worsening the plight of the health sector and further endangering lives. When the vulnerable population is further pressurized, the economy runs into crisis. And if the two, that is food scarcity and further pressure on the already poor and needy population of the society, are happening at the same time, We know issues are in a deplorable state, and the effect might be catastrophic, as has been the case in most countries of the world. The major issue is we have our immediate needs, and in the scale of importance, I must say, the welfare of the masses can neither be further neglected, negotiated, nor compromised. Agreed negotiations, debate, and other intervention are going on. Recently, a formidable team was set up on the health sector reform under the chairmanship of the Vice President to address the issues of the sector. There is an ongoing negotiation with the medical doctors who are aggrieved, trying to resolve the face-off. Occupy till I come, our doctors seem to be saying to us, but the question is, where will we place the lives of over 200 million people, mostly the vulnerable population, particularly the over 3/4 locked up in the rural areas, while we negotiate, parley, and debate? We must move fast to counter further deterioration. Things are already rough, and without immediate intervention, massively too, issues will further worsen with a heavy casualty in morbidity and mortality, especially among the crucial lot. Did I hear you say God forbid? He will when we work out our salvation. We have prayed, yes, we must pray without ceasing. But prayer without work, we are told, is vain. Faith without work is dead too. We must act it out. It is the work of our hands that God blesses, we are also assured. We must move exceedingly fast to stem the tides. Eminent and bold voices have urged the government to act fast to protect the masses. The welfare of the masses cannot wait any longer. It has become an issue of practical resolution. We cannot continue to vacillate. Even when committees are in place, practical steps must be seen to follow. Combating further hardship on the masses is of necessity and demands hurry. We cannot continue to treat issues as usual when they truly are unusual. For us to succeed, we must tell ourselves the truth. A major constraint to this truth, particularly in a political environment, is fear of being blamed. However, I am determined to make this side free from apportioning blames so we can move and fast too. It is about the state of the nation and what can be done right now and from now. It is with a view to working with like minds to provide solutions to some of the immediate issues. In this presentation, and as I await your comments, we will avoid criticisms unless constructive. In that case, what needs to be done now and in the nearest future? We must move fast to stop further downturn. Issues are tough already. However, every situation presents an opportunity to reassess issues, an opportunity to rethink, take stock, make amends, and realign, to evaluate, prioritize, and redirect emphasis. What needs to be reversed, what to highlight, what to drop, and what new to add, not just to attain the goal set, but to uphold, sustain, and even advance the economy. Who knows? We might just be evolving into a better economy after this crisis. That, in fact, is my prayer and that of a lot of people. We cannot afford to let those that escape the bullet or knife be taken hostage, or those who escape the kidnappers' hold be consumed by hunger, malnutrition, and other health issues and vices. My suggestions to government for immediate action are as follows. First, security.
A weak child today, a weak nation tomorrow. Security is critical to aspects of development. Support efforts at national development through supporting all efforts at promoting and sustaining peace. A secured nation protects overall development.
Security is a critical ingredient. It is crucial, it is vital for development. Without it, no development can take place. It will be wise to hook on by pressing the notification bell to be reminded when I upload. Also, hit the subscription button, like and share this video if you are here for the first time. Remember to leave your comments below, and please be reminded of our promise: no criticisms, only constructive. We must follow our community guidelines too, free from hate speech, etc. Till I come your way next week. Bye.